I did not join because I was kept involved in positive activities. I saw what worked, what didn't work, and I just was able to utilize all of the gifts and talents over the years to impact young persons' lives throughout our nation. I realized every single individual has the freedom to choose. But if you choose light, these are the benefits. If you choose darkness, these are the results of your choice. I've seen music bring young persons from gangs through a trumpet, through a clarinet, through a drum, all because of the power of music. Conflict will come, circumstances will come. We just have to be consistent, dedicated, and committed with our young persons. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is that parking lot? You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, he ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. That's don't park him.
Don't park him. Yeah, that's how they got.
No, man, you can't park him on the gap spot.
I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long.
On the gap spot,
Boy, what's going on, dog?
Man, I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way park here, man.
I tell you we shouldn't park here.
Don't get one of these things. My bad, big bro. And he got a sticker inside to say this model. We gotta move. This is honey gap spot.
That's what we gotta move.
But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The second tranche of biometric voter cards arriving in Grand Bahama as officials prepare for distribution. Also, hot seats to watch in Grand Bahama revealed. Here's what residents are saying. And the Berry Islands in focus as the Progressive Liberal Party takes its campaign to a brand new constituency.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, the second tranche of biometric voter cards has arrived in Grand Bahama this week as election preparations continue to ramp up. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson says distribution will begin Monday, April 27th, with cards being issued at several locations across the island.
Here at the headquarters, and we're also looking at doing some distribution at the post office and at Christ the King Church. So it's for all the constituencies. It's not the complete list of biometric cards, but we're doing it in tranches. 10,000 came in yesterday, so we're going through those in Nassau now, and hopefully we'll be back in Grand Bahama soon to issue the additional cards.
Thompson also cautioning there is no guarantee that all biometric cards will be distributed before Election Day. However, he emphasized that once individuals have registered and their information has been verified, every effort will be made to ensure cards are issued in the shortest time possible.
We're endeavoring to, our printers, our vendors are printing about 5,000 a week. We might not have everybody by May 12th, but I could assure you once you certified and verified, you will get your cards in short order because they're printing them very quickly now.
While all eyes are focused on the advance poll set for Thursday, April 30th, 2026, the Parliamentary Registration Department is presently conducting training for returning officers who will be working on this long-anticipated day as the country prepares for the upcoming general election. Those who qualify to vote in this special poll can do so at the various locations on Grand Bahama. Central Grand Bahama voters can cast their ballots at the City of Life, that's the Old Bowling Alley on Britannia Boulevard. East Grand Bahama constituency ballots will be cast at the Eric El Sam Center, Church of the Ascension in Lucaya, Marcos City constituency at the Belinda M. Wilson Convention Center on Ponce de Leon Drive. The Pine Ridge constituency will take place at the Forster B. Pastiner Center, Pro Cathedral of Christ the King Anglican Church, while West Grand Bahama constituency at the 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium at the 8 Mile Rock High School. While the PLP is defending its track record in Abaco during its administration, as ministers used Wednesday night's rally to list the upgrades completed under their administration. These upgrades include infrastructural upgrades, economic growth, and community development. Our Charlia Jones has the details.
Well, Remiko, the island of Abaco is seeing major upgrades under the Davis-led administration, ministers sharing the island's progress since 2021. Minister of Works and Minister of Tourism and Aviation both gave remarks on not only their promises, but the developments they say were made on the island. Cooper noting the island is seeing tremendous improvements in the tourism sector. Abaco seeing major upgrades under the Davis-led administration, ministers sharing the island's progress since 2021. Minister of Works and Minister of Tourism and Aviation both gave remarks on not only their promises, but the developments they say were made on the island. Cooper noting the island is seeing tremendous improvements in the tourism sector.
We provided grants to the fishermen, we provided grants to the farmers, and we empowered struggling businesses and created new entrepreneurs. Let's talk about those shanty towns. We sent the front-end loaders and bulldozers, tore down over 700 structures across this country.
And already this year, more than 31,000 people have come through your beautiful islands and keys right here in Abaco.
Minister for Grand Bahama also pointing to similarities between Grand Bahama and Abaco, adding much like Grand Bahama, Abaco is on the mend.
We pushed forward with economic redevelopment, launching infrastructure projects, supporting entrepreneurs and local businesses, and expanding tourism to bring investment back to our island. We upgraded healthcare and invested in climate resilient facilities like the hurricane shelter in Central Pines.
Minister of Energy and Transport also outlining advancements made under her ministry in the last 5 years.
I made a deliberate decision. Abaco would be the first family island where we resume the affordable housing program. And today, as I speak to you, Abaconian families are turning their keys to their very own homes. We upgraded navigational markers for the first time in 20 years.
With critics arguing more should be done on the island, the PLP remains intent on relaying their message of progress, a sign they say is linking Family Island evolution to its national message. Live in studio, I'm Charlia Jones. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Charlia. Well, with Election Day fast approaching, attention is turning to the constituencies many believe could determine the outcome in Grand Bahama. Central Grand Bahama among the seats to watch, but what's driving that conversation? Our Shalia Roll takes a closer look.
As the country moves closer to Election Day, the political atmosphere is intensifying with several races shaping up to be seats to watch. Key constituencies are drawing increased attention as candidates ramp up their campaigns and make their final push. To get a sense of where things stand, we took to the streets and online to see what constituencies are to be watched.
West End and Central Grand Bahama.
Central Grand Bahama and Marcos City.
Central has been a well-known FNMC.
Pine Ridge and Marcos City.
On social media, residents are also weighing in on the constituencies they believe are the key battlegrounds this election season. Leading the conversation, Central Grand Bahama with 321 votes in the poll, followed by Pine Ridge with 230 votes. Third on the list is West Grand Bahama with 69, Marcos City with 44 votes, and East Grand Bahama with 23 votes. Some commenters say Pine Ridge is ginger, no doubt, so Central is gonna be a battle, while others say no deal, Gibson is taking Central. Pine Ridge is the hottest, look at the lineup. But beyond the polls, we took to the streets to find out why voters say these seats are too close to call.
The money is no longer there. I feel that both candidates have a good chance.
One, the famous book by Mr. Pintard, as Poison said, that's now coming back to bite him. And for me, Pine Ridge, with the sitting MP, she's doing good work, great work.
As to the Central Grand Bahama, it has a person who knows the ground, who is a former educator, would educate many of the residents. You have an attorney at law that would represent many people in Central Grand Bahama.
Teresa Gibson is a hometown girl. A lot of people know her down there, but a lot of people are gravitating to Parker for some reason.
One resident points to a factor they believe is being overlooked in much of the public discussion, the youth vote.
I think what no one really is concentrating on a bit, I think the youth. I think the youth is going to decide the seats here in Grand Bahama.
As Election Day approaches, the question remains who will emerge as the next member of parliament for these closely watched constituencies. That answer will come on May 12th. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, political energy is surging in the Berry Islands as the Progressive Liberal Party takes its campaign to a brand new constituency, looking to win over voters ahead of the general election. Our Leah Cooper was on the ground. Leah from the National Report has this story.
It's a brand new political battleground, and the Progressive Liberal Party is making its presence felt in Bullock's Harbor on Great Harbor Key. Supporters turned out as the party hosted a link-up for progress in the newly formed Bimini and Berry Islands constituency Thursday night, one of the latest seats created following boundary changes earlier this year. For many residents, this will be their first time voting in this new configuration, and the PLP says it's ready to deliver. PLP candidate for the area, Randy Rowe, telling supporters the party has a clear plan for the Family Islands.
What comes next is clear. More investments in our Family Islands. Stronger support for small businesses. Better access to health care and social services. And real opportunities for our young people so that they can build their futures right here at home.
PLP leader, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, also taking the stage, defending his administration's record and urging voters to stay the course.
In 19 days, Berry Islands, you can choose to build on the progress we have made so far. We've done a lot, as I said, but there's a lot more to do. And even more to lose if you don't go out there and vote for it. In 19 days, Berry Islanders, you have to decide what kind of leader you want to wake up to. When you want to get things done, you need good, stern, steady leadership. When you want to get big things done, you need experienced leadership, tested leadership. Our Progressive Liberal Party is united behind a strong vision with detailed plans and proven teamwork.
We also heard from PLP Golden Gates candidate Pia Glover Roll.
You have a man who has a passion for public service. And you may ask, well, why politics if he has a passion for public service? Because it gives him a larger platform to serve you, greater ability and resources to serve you, and to do the things that are necessary to grow your community. Since returning to Berry Islands, and I've been here very frequently in the last few weeks, the roads, let's start there. The Davis administration has provided great improvements to infrastructure, not only in Berry Islands, but across our nation, because we are led by two men who are Family Island boys. So when we say opportunity for all and across our archipelago, we put our money where our mouth is.
But the night also carried a sense of history with former Member of Parliament for the area, Leonardo Lightbourne, reflecting on strides made on the island. With the general election fast approaching, all political parties are expected to intensify their campaigns across the country as voters prepare to make their mark in a race that's already drawing national attention. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
And still to come,
The 23rd Annual Falcons Boys Club Conference deemed a success. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
At Dolly Madison, we're jumping into spring. On Saturday, April 25th, we're having a big tent sale. Get up to 80% off all items under the tent. This is a sale you won't want to miss because you could save on anything that's under the tent, up to 80% off. On Saturday, April 25th, the big tent sale. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cash in on the big savings at Dolly Madison.
Don't miss it. This Friday and Saturday only, Do It Center is bringing you a massive 20% off store-wide sale. From tools to home essentials, everything you need at unbeatable prices. 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. April 24th and 25th on GB Highway. Hurry in and save big before it's gone.
Vessels of Purpose Elite presents the 12th Annual Girls and Women Empowerment Encounter on Saturday, April 25th at 3 p.m. at Pelican Bay Hotel. Under the theme, Bet on You. Tickets are $45 for women and $25 for girls. Get yours now.
You're invited to the Spring Revival at the Seventh-day Adventist Church on Gambia Drive on May 2nd through the 16th at 7:15 p.m. nightly. Come and hear Dr. Henry R. Monker speak hope to our community and a world in chaos.
When your body craves the water it needs, be sure to give it the best. Aroac Springs.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you're thinking about what to get her this year, make it something that lasts. At Cornet Bahamas, we transform everyday spaces into something that's truly special. From custom cabinets and elegant countertops to tiles, premium flooring, windows, and doors. And just in time for Mother's Day, Cornet Bahamas is back with our 35% off Mother's Day sale happening April 16th through May 16th. This is your moment to upgrade her home. Visit us today and take advantage of the savings.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
It used to be when one line faulted, the whole neighborhood went dark. Now, this device sends a pulse, finds the problem, and reroutes power so more homes stay connected. Upgrades like this one are reducing outages and transforming our grid, making it stronger and smarter. That means more reliable power, lower operating costs, and lower bills. Instead of short-term patches or temporary fixes, we're building a modern new grid.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Well, through an exclusive invitation to the Jackie with Junior High School boys, the Falcons Boys Club's 23rd annual Building Youth is Better Than Mending Men Conference was a success. With an abundance of prize giveaways and powerful male speakers, club founder Darren Rolls says he's proud of the growth of the initiative not only within the Grand Bahama, but throughout the country.
We just saw fit to decide to do a conference for young people. 23 years ago, I met with Mrs. Sandra Edscombe, and we told her we wanted to put this on for young people, and she consented and she agreed. And we've been all over the Bahamas, on 9 different islands of the Bahamas, sharing this boys' conference. So we're grateful when we see other organizations that are coming about and being able to facilitate what's taking place today.
Providing remarks at the Legacy Write Your Own Story themed event, incumbent Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, Iram Lewis, and keynote speaker Raymond Bowe.
We all know when you write a story, the first thing you do is you create a draft. You are the draft phase of your life. When you write the draft, you have commas, you have full stop that you miss out, you have spelling errors, you can have grammatical errors. When you notice those errors, you don't take your draft and throw it away. you make the correction. You have a chance now to make the correction in your stories before you write the final chapter.
I just want you guys to know that to write your story means to find out what it is you want to do and slowly but surely do everything right so that the opportunity can permit you to do that.
Well, today marks Arbor Day, a global initiative focused on planting trees and promoting environmental sustainability. Here on Grand Bahama, the Sustainable Tourism Development Department partnered with Maurice Moore Primary School to commemorate the occasion. The ministry working alongside Principal Rodney Bethel, planting 2 trees, a tamarind and the national flower, the yellow elder, on campus. Coordinating Manager Jai Johnson says the effort is a part of a broader commitment to sustainable practices, emphasizing the important role trees play in maintaining the country's environment. Trees act as a natural carbon sinks, helping to absorb carbon emissions while contributing to the clean air the Bahamas is known for worldwide.
This year we've decided to partner with Principal Bethel here at Maurice Moore Primary and plant 2 trees. And so you see in front of me we have a tamarind tree and a yellow elder, the national tree of the Bahamas, or national plant of the Bahamas, flower. And so these trees, again, are representation of just what we're trying to do in terms of sustainable practices.
We have with us Miss Barnaby and the Science Club, and they're going to assist us in planting the trees. I think science is one of the subjects where students remember what they do. And so today they're going to actually plant a tree, and by planting this tree, they will remember everything about the subject they're being taught in classes.
Officials from the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation say initiatives like these are critical to preserving the nation's natural beauty for future generations, ensuring that decades from now, the Bahamas continues to be recognized as one of the cleanest air environments globally. Beyond planting trees, Mr. Bethel expressing that he is excited that the students are experiencing Arbor Day as it serves as a reminder of the need to restore ecosystems affected by deforestation.
Today, I am very excited that the students get an opportunity to see science come alive. It's so nice when we learn about plants inside the classroom. Plants are so important to us. It helps with our environment. We'll be able to eat and survive and breathe everything with plants. And so it's nice that they have the opportunity to come out and plant a tree for Earth Day.
It's important because the plants help us. It gives us oxygen as we breathe out carbon dioxide. And it helps us, especially the asthmatic kids. It really does help. I hope to learn today that plants will stay in the future generation.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Devaria Sherman. That's the name. Thank you so much for your support. We do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed your day. And that is a look at stories making news. Stay with us. Sports is coming up after the break.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their June 2026 intake and is holding a free information session at the Pelican Bay Hotel on April 30th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB accredited and NACOB recognized MBA and BA business top-ups for holders of associate degrees, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible, and can be completed in a minimum of 1 year. Reserve a place now at seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
I think you know the rest of the song. We are celebrating something special. Mothers. Our mothers are to be celebrated. So the Bahama Brass Band, along with the legendary Cooling Waters, are coming together for a celebration of a lifetime. It's Mother's Day concert 2026. Come and join the Bahama Brass Band and the legendary Cooling Waters on Saturday, May 9th at Jubilee Cathedral, 6 p.m. 2026, under the patronage of the Minister for Grand Bahama and Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Miss Ginger Moxie. Saturday, May 9th, 6 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral. I want to see you there.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pindart says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. The Grand Bahama Amateur Softball League is gearing up for their new season. Everything kicks off on Friday, May 1st. Here's President Stefano Bevins with all the details.
We intend to start with fast pitch and slow pitch because we have two leagues going on. We want to open the two of them one time on Friday, and we have a soft opening ceremony that starts at 7, and then we go straight into our first game, which is the ladies fast pitch. Will feature Girls Like Diamond and Sagoma Nailers. We want to change it up and have the Cooper's Destroyers and the GBPA Regulators open up our slow pitch this season.
And while you'll have your usual suspects returning like the Pats Uniform Reds and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the league will see some new faces joining the fray.
We have a team in the making that'll face off. I think the sponsor is going to be the Pub 352 with those guys coming into the league. In our corporate division, we are going to welcome Celebration Key, which brought a team. Alive is also coming in with a team, and of course we still have our defending champs, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Customs, Immigration is still there as well. A lot of the teams are ready to go and basically just get it up and running off the ground.
Meanwhile, on the gridiron, the Shockwave Elite Flag Football League shifts gears into the playoffs this Saturday, April 25th at the Salvation Army Field. In the junior bracket, the Baby Hawks take on Up and Atom. The Straw Hat Pirates will then go head-to-head with the Vikings. Over on the senior side, the Buccaneers aim to harpoon the Mako Sharks. The Rebels hope to shut down the Green Machine. The Backroad Ballers look to ground the Warhawks. And the Honey Badgers seek to outproud the Grizzlies. Ends at 10:30 a.m. And lastly, on the rugby pitch, it will be another hard-hitting affair between the Freeport Rugby Club and the Cuckoos out of New Providence. They will face off for all the marbles in the Capital Union Bank Cup final this Saturday at the Freeport Rugby Club. The last time these two clubs faced off, the Freeport Rugby Club got the better of the Cuckoos by a final score of 45-31. And that's your Sports Fix this evening. Your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs, and always remember, every step forward is a step closer to your dreams.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their June 2026 intake and is holding a free information session at the British Colonial Hotel on April 29 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB accredited and NACOB recognized MBA and BA business top-ups for holders of associate degrees, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible, and can be completed in a minimum of 1 year. Reserve a place now at seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next. Enjoy your weekend.
Out there. I know in the Bahamas, a lot of people used to always put motor oil, diesel, I heard sometimes on their dogs for itchy problems. But you know what? That's not really the way to do it. Diesel, anything like that can kill your dog and really cause them die slowly. It's poison to them. But Dawn, yes, simple Dawn. Just a couple drops of Dawn, lather them up, wash down your pet, rinse them off. This Dawn will do the job. Panusa's Dawn is environmentally friendly, and their skin will be fresh, clean, and pristine. And they will like it, and you will too.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Coalition of Independence leader clears the air on bankruptcy claims and where things stand with righting a wrong. Plus, hear why the National Security Minister is chalking up the FNM leader's call for election observers as politics. And a middle-aged man shot to death off West Bay Street. Police have to figure out why and who's behind the killing. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A key election process underway. The Parliamentary Registration Department verifying the voters' register, checking names, eligibility, and polling assignments as the advance polling begins in just a matter of days. Authorities emphasizing that safeguards are in place to detect and correct any discrepancies, as the process is essential to maintain public confidence in the outcome of the vote. Our Desmond Saunders has the story.
A pleasant evening. I'm coming to you live from the Parliamentary Registration Department. Weeks before the May 12th general election, over 20 returning officers meticulously verifying counterfoils on the register. I have joining me on the broadcast Mr. Harrison Thompson, who's a parliamentary commissioner. Talk about the process and how smooth is this process going to be before we head into the May 12th general election?
Thank you so much, Desmond. As we prepare for the elections, we want to ensure that the counterfoils and the register matches each other. So when the voter comes into the poll, when they check the register, the counterfoil will be there to match the register, so they won't have any challenges at the poll. This process is very important because it alleviates a lot of problems at the polls. And if we do it now and we check and we double check, and that's why we start the process now to ensure that all of our returning officers come in with their presiding officers and they check. So they would be the people in the poll. So they must be familiar with the process.
So this process started about an hour. As you can see on your television screen, a number of returning officers are here, and they will be meeting in just a few minutes. But this meeting will continue tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow we started today because we have 25 constituencies in Nassau, and some of the constituencies have about 13 or 14 polling divisions, so it takes a little while. It's a meticulous process, but it has to be done. And so we have today and tomorrow set aside for that, and we hope at the end of the day, everybody be comfortable with the polling station that they are assigned to.
Your department has been under the microscope for the last few weeks. Any concerns heading into the May 12th general election? Are you prepared?
We are prepared, and we are committed to the task at hand, and we will do our endeavor best to ensure that every eligible Bahamian who has registered is on the register and is able to vote in the election, because your vote is your voice. And we live in a democratic society, and the people of the Bahamas will decide who will be the next government of the Bahamas.
I must put you in my prayers. You have a formidable task ahead of you, but that's what's happening here at the Parliamentary Registration Department. And here at ZNS News, we'll keep tabs and provide you with the very latest.
Well, thanks, Desmond. Meantime, National Security Minister and Minister responsible for elections, the Honourable Wayne Munro, is seeking to squash concerns over the possibility of an election being stolen. We go to Cleopatra Murphy for the details.
I think that was pure politics by Mr. Pintard.
Minister of National Security, the Honourable Wayne Munro, is dismissing Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard's call for international observers to monitor the May 12th general elections after he penned a letter to U.S. Ambassador His Excellency Herschel Walker and the United Nations to monitor the elections amid concerns over the maintenance of the voters' register. The minister responsible for general elections says the actions of Pintard, a member of the former Minister administration, are that of a desperate man.
He would know that every election, we invite election observers. Routinely, we invite CARICOM. We invite the OAS. The United States of America is a founding and active member. And we, in fact, invite the U.S. The only person who can invite election observers is a parliamentary commissioner. And going back, I think, to as far as 1992, they're routinely invited. So it's politics. It's the grasping of a man who sees a cut hit coming.
The opposition leader's concern comes amid seemingly increasing reports of documents and voters' card fraud, an action that saw a man employed with the Parliamentary Registration Department and a woman in possession of a card that did not bear the Parliamentary Registration Department seal face multiple charges last week. The Minister of National Security believes the fact that irregularities are being caught shows the strength of the system because it was happening previously but not detected. Asked if observers would be at Thursday's advanced polls, Munro says they determine if they attend, suggesting the public need not worry about a fair election.
This isn't rocket science. It's not reinventing the wheel. It happens every election. It happened when the PLP got beat in 2017. It happened when they got beat in 2021, and it'll happen when they get beat in 2026.
The U.S. State Department and the Organization of American States have already confirmed observer teams for the May 12th general elections. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain is pushing back against public claims surrounding his financial status and is disputing suggestions that he is subject to bankruptcy action, chalking it up to petty politics. Aaliyah Cooper has more.
This goes back to 2021 when investor Zinnia Roll claimed she gave Bain $40,000 to be held in trust for a business investment in the Bani Shoe warehouse. The court ultimately ruled in Roll's favor, finding there was a valid agreement and that Bain breached the trust by failing to return the funds, ordering him to repay $64,000 plus interest. That decision was upheld by the Court of Appeal in 2022. Bain later tried to take that case to the Privy Council, but in October 2025, his appeal was dismissed and additional costs were added, bringing the total debt close to $90,000. Court filings now suggest Bain has made partial payments of $5,000, leaving about $85,000 outstanding. A debtor's summons reportedly requires him to pay, settle, or challenge it within 21 days or risk being declared bankrupt. Bain, however, says the matter is being used as a political football and insists a payment arrangement was reached earlier this month.
My attorney negotiated a settlement, and that settlement was negotiated into writing. But as far as I know, on April 1st, a settlement was made. That settlement was put in writing, and that's that. We don't understand why they keep trying to use the Tribune or the papers for their purposes.
Now, under Articles 45 and 48 of the Constitution, a person who has been declared bankrupt and has not yet been released from that status is disqualified from serving as a member of the House of Assembly or the Senate and is disqualified from running. To that, Bain says this.
You being declared a bankrupt makes you ineligible to run in the next election. That's a process. Bankruptcy is a process, but it won't come to that. I'm sending my lawyer to go back to them and get an understanding of what it is they're doing now, because they made the agreement that we now stand on.
On April 20th, it was published that Bain's net worth totaled some $1.5 million, having $85,000 in liabilities. Still, Bain insists Bahamians ought to focus on possible excessive government spending rather than his personal financial affairs.
It's a private matter. This is not a matter that affects the public purse or situations like us not having a hospital, $141 million over budget when we can't get an explanation, constant loans right before election. That's our money, and we need to stay focused on what's going on.
From a legal standpoint, any potential bankruptcy issues involving Bain may not materialize before the general election, effectively clearing the way for him to proceed with his candidacy for now. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, the Berry Islands may be only 12 square miles, but the Progressive Liberal Party is counting on the Twin Island constituency to show up in the winning column when the votes are returned May 12th. And in hopes of locking in that victory, it's ought to remind residents why they should continue to choose progress. Leah Cooper has the story.
It's a brand new political battleground, and the Progressive Liberal Party is making its presence felt in Bullock's Harbor on Great Harbor Key. Supporters turned out as the party hosted a link-up for progress in the newly formed Bimini and Berry Islands constituency Thursday night, one of the latest seats created following boundary changes earlier this year. For many residents, this will be their first time voting in this new configuration, and the PLP says it's ready to deliver. PLP candidate for the area, Randy Roll, telling supporters the party has a clear plan for the Family Islands.
What comes next is clear. More investments in our Family Islands. Stronger support for small businesses. Better access to health care and social services. And real opportunities for our young people so that they can build their futures right here at home.
PLP leader, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, also taking the stage, defending his administration's record and urging voters to stay the course.
In 19 days, Berry Islands, you can choose to build on the progress we have made so far. We've done a lot, as I said, but there's a lot more to do. And even more to lose if you don't go out there and vote for it. In 19 days, Berry Islanders, you have to decide what kind of leader you want to wake up to. When you want to get things done, you need good, stern, steady leadership.
But the night also carried a sense of history with former Member of Parliament for the area, Leonardo Lightbourne, reflecting on strides made on the island. With the general election fast approaching, all political parties are expected to intensify their campaigns across the country as voters prepare to make their mark in a race that's already drawing national attention. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Now, across the waters in North Andros, the Free National Movement's nurse Janice Oliver pitched a simple message on the rally stage: watch the lies and vote for change. We hear more in this next report from our Lloyd Allen.
Party leader Michael Pintard used the rally stage to appeal to Androsians to vote for change this general election while criticizing the government on a myriad of issues.
In 2017, when we came to government, they had hired thousands of persons, and they were regularized in the public service. The truth of the matter is, last election, 2021, ask the women who worked in urban renewal. We made a total of $50 million available to small businesses because you are the engine of this economy. We make a commitment to double the number.
FNM North Andros candidate nurse Janice Oliver listing a litany of challenges which she says the current administration neglected to address.
The Lausanne Primary School started almost 20 years ago. Is it finished? The Lausanne Bridge started in 2021 when the PLP came to power. Is it finished? 4.5 years of PLP promises. 4.5 years of empty words. While the school sits unfinished, our young people sit unemployed. BAMSI, meant to be the pride of Andros, is failing.
Also speaking with residents, FNM Tall Pines candidate and Party Secretary General Serfent Roll, who laments that despite the current administration's work over the past 4.5 years, transparency will take center stage under a Michael Pintard-led government.
We will pass the public anti-corruption bill. We will pass the Code of Conduct bill. We will roll out freedom of information in our first year.
Meantime, Foxhill candidate Dr. Nicholas Fox claims the quality of health care nationwide is declining.
You will get health care that is needed here in Andros. An FNM government will hire 100 new doctors, 200 new nurses. We will put them where they are needed, including right here in Andros.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Coming up, a digital one-stop shop to support local businesses. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
That crispy onions crunch, take a bite, instant smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wow. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. Oh, let's get chicken with it. Hey. Taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so litty. Got my whole crew doing their thing. Crispy onions, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese, going off. Brioche bun, sitting pretty. Let's get
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Let's make this moment last forever. Let's start a family together. With a house, a car, and kids. Oh, I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered.
Our forests are one of our most precious and important resources. Forests pump out oxygen we need to live and absorbs the carbon dioxide we breathe out. Forests help keep the earth cool. Forests are home to birds, butterflies, and other important wildlife. Forests prevent droughts. Forests help reduce air pollution and also muffles noise pollution. Forests act as a shield against natural disasters. Forests are a source of income for many Bahamians.
The Bahamas Forestry Unit protects and sustainably manages forests throughout the Bahamas.
For our environment.
For our health.
For our livelihood.
For future generations.
For us.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of Xavier's lower school, formerly known as St. Francis Academy, established on January 20th, 1890. It was the second Catholic school founded in the Bahamas by the Sisters of Charity from Mount St. Vincent on the Hudson in New York. That shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Shane Gibson. Welcome back. A departure from the campaign trail for the Prime Minister, who was on hand this morning for the launch of a digital one-stop shop to support Bahamian businesses. The interactive website serving as a central access point connecting national policy with everyday business decisions, as we hear in this report from our Fern Carey.
The Bahamas Trade Commission's new digital platform will serve as a major trade resources page that supports Bahamian businesses while providing information on navigating the global trade marketplace. Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, says the portal also highlights new opportunities in trade, and he is urging entrepreneurs and residents to explore the platform.
We know that to move the dial on exports, we have to make it easier for Bahamian entrepreneurs to find opportunities, understand requirements, access finance, and navigate the practical realities of selling into foreign markets. The platform creates a system of opportunity with information, access, pathways, and support. The website connects national policy to the everyday decisions business owners make.
Trade Commission Chairman Barry Griffin said the portal represents a shift in how businesses will now engage the international trade community.
What we are doing today through the Opportunity Hub and through the Bahamas Trade Commission is simple. We are building a pathway from here to there. Not in theory, not in speeches, but in structure, in systems, in real usable tools. Trade is not just about containers and cargo. Trade is about opportunity, expansion, participation in the global economy.
Attendees also heard from both the Chinese ambassador and the British High Commissioner to the Bahamas on trade opportunities in their respective countries. 4 Bahamian companies were also awarded grants to grow and enhance their brands. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, homicide detectives have their work cut out for them. 2 homicides within just hours here in the capital, and this latest one on the other side of town in Weston, New Providence. The victim, a 55-year-old man. The incident taking place after 10 in the Coral Road area off West Bay Street. Briefing reporters on the scene, Assistant Commissioner of Police Anton Ramming.
10 p.m. Police in the area of West Bay Street were alerted to sounds of gunshots being fired just near a number of business establishments. Based on that information, the officers came and they were able to confirm that they were gunshots. They reached out to our police control room seeking additional help to come to the area. Once the officers came to this area, they went to a nearby residence where they were able to confirm that a lone male had been shot about the body.
Medical services personnel confirmed the man had died.
Had arrived at the location alone. Once he came to that area, unknown persons exited what we believe to be a SUV vehicle, fired upon him, subsequently wounding him fatally. That vehicle left this area headed in an easterly direction.
Meantime, another Defense Force officer on the wrong side of the law, this time in the United States, and for a large assortment of illegal items, including weapons and drugs. Altavis Munnings has the story.
The United States Customs and Border Protection confirming on its social media platform this week that officers arrested 3 Bahamians who were allegedly found in possession of 9 firearms, 15,000 rounds of ammunition, and marijuana. CBP indicated that 2 of the recovered firearms were previously reported as stolen. Among the trio is a Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer who has been identified by Defense Force Public Relations Officer Lieutenant Darius Adams as able mechanic Ray Strawn, adding that he was arrested on April 18, 2026 by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers. The RBDF verified in a statement Thursday that Strawn had been absent without leave, AWOL, since August 2025, following his last reported day of duty, which was initially recorded as sick. Despite sustained efforts to locate him, he remained unaccounted for until his recent apprehension.
Commodore Floyd P. Moxie has continued to reiterate that persons who find themselves in situations like these will be held accountable and actions will be dealt with swiftly. His papers as a discharge certificate has already been processed, and you will see within the next 1 or 2 days he will no longer be a member of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force.
The Defense Force statement confirmed that an internal investigation is ongoing and the matter is being addressed in strict accordance with the Defense Force's established disciplinary standards. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force concluded that the organization remains resolute in upholding its values of honor, courage, and integrity, ensuring that its ranks are composed of individuals who embody the highest standards of service to the nation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Well, the government has completed the first phase of its title regularization program in Sir Lyndon Pinling Estates. 14 homeowners were officially presented with title documents this week, marking a significant step in resolving long-standing land ownership issues in the community. The program is part of a broader effort to provide residents with greater security of tenure through a structured and equitable process. The second phase is expected to benefit an additional 45 homeowners, with a final phase planned to complete the initiative. Residents say the milestone brings long-awaited closure after years of uncertainty.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the FNM, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, wait?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special place.
How many times would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, but.
Nassau, get ready. This June 27th, YBE Promotion and Excalibur Entertainment presents The Season of Love, Part 2, R&B edition, on the lawn of the National Stadium ground, with performances by... Get ready for Joe. It's Joe performing live. Come and experience the undeniable voice of Kelly Price. Kelly Price comes to Nassau. Bahamas own Nashi LS Fan Shaw is Jimmy Cossier. The legendary Brian McKnight. This will be an ultimate night of love. Saturday, June 27th, on the lawn of the National Stadium ground. Tickets on sale now at Classy Cuts Hair and Nail Beauty Supply or online at ybepromotions.com. For info, Skybox and VIP packages, call 242-427-8111 or 242-357-0116. Be there.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger, got many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn up the heat for you, Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new. What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Ghost pepper wings.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, Royston has been holding it down for us all week, and tonight no different. He's going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now. Royston?
Good evening, Makushla. Coming up tonight in Access Now, of course, we normally have Entertainment Friday, which you know is a big thing on this side. Today, we have something a little bit different. We have Antonio from Arbor Strings Patisserie, who's going to be sharing some incredible creations you don't want to miss. Stick around for that, and lots more.
Well, stay with us in Bahamas tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pintard says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that?
Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again.
Amen to that.
Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, fat on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the FNM, that changes because their job is to work for you.
How many times has this happened? You're enjoying your day off when a reminder about a bill pulls you away. With online payment solutions, you don't have to interrupt what matters. Most utility companies offer secure digital portals that let you review your charges and pay instantly from your mobile device using bank-grade encryption, which makes sure your data is protected. Make time for what matters. The future of pay is digital.
Let's go.
At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our psych wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas. And any artist knows a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out. To anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey, I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
ISBET hosts its Tech Expo in a major way this year. Plus, Holy Cross is still celebrating its 60th anniversary. You want to see what's ahead this weekend. Also, Bon Vivant's Bar is ranked among the best. Stay close for that. And your access now at Total Sports is straight ahead.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. Now, the King of Pop is back with the new film Michael, now in theaters. And with it, fans have stepped into character. From iconic looks to legendary dance moves, Michael Jackson's influence is showing up all over again, from social media to right here at home. Like these photos shared by Fusion Superplex of some moviegoers and fans who were decked out for the movie premiere. The theater held several online Michael competitions ahead of the movie's global release, which officially happens today. But for now, let's dive right into the news. The International School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology hosted its annual Tech Expo this year at Fusion Superplex. The school's executive director and principal, Precious Fortune Thompson, says the event, which saw participants from 6 different schools, also introduced a panelist learning session this time around.
This is the way forward. This is the future. And then outside of these learning sessions, we have 22 live workstations where our students are going to showcase their skills, some of the robots they've built. We have drones on display. We have escape rooms. We have a design lab teaching kids how to develop games. We have them showing them how to code, and so this is more about providing access to students for this level of education.
Thompson says by including the other schools, ISBET is helping to advance education in the country. She says the school itself is investing more in AI and ensuring students have the necessary tools to succeed, adding that she would like to see more schools incorporating coding, robotics, AI technology, and computer science into their curriculums.
Also today, we have our first ever inter-school sumo wrestling robotics competition. So with this competition, what's unique is the schools compete. They are going to program the robots to essentially fight in a circle, and we're going to have it live feed from the screens. And so we have 6 schools participating, both public and private, and they will be the first ever champions of our sumo wrestling robotics competition.
Imagine a robot wars here on Access Now. That'd be great. Meanwhile, as part of its 60th anniversary celebrations, Holy Cross Anglican Church is hosting a walkathon tomorrow, and the team is hitting the ground as it prepares for a day of fun and family during its walkathon and health fair. Church Rector Reverend Dr. Ethan Ferguson shares on what this latest initiative represents.
It is a wonderful occasion for us to reflect on the past, to look again at leadership that has shaped this community of faith, and then of course to look with anticipation into the future in terms of the kind of community we want to continue to build and develop as the people of God. A part of that is being holistic in our approach to ministry, and that holistic approach focuses on the spirit, of course, the mind, and definitely the body, building healthy temples.
Of course, with all the excitement set to take place on the church grounds, chairperson for the walkathon, Sonia Bo-Adderley, also sending a special invite to all Anglicans, Friends of Faith, and also the ZNS Hill Thrillers.
We want the Hill Thrillers to come and join the fun with us. You guys know how to do it. It begins at 6 a.m. with a workout, warm-up with fitness, outdoor fitness, and at 6:30, Father will say his prayers, and everybody.
They've been serving up some of the most visually stunning and tastiest drinks and elixirs, and now Bon Vivant's bar has been named the 50th best bar in North America. This recognition marks a historic first, making Bon Vivant's, well known as Bon V, the only bar, restaurant, or hotel in the Bahamas ever to be included on a 50 best list. With specialty drinks on the menu like Unicorn Tears, Jungle Bird, and the Crooked Island Swizzler, Bon Vivant's is no stranger to international acclaim, having earned multiple regional top 10 honors at the Tales of the Cocktail Spirited Awards and being featured on 50 Best Discovery in 2025. The term Bon Vivant is French, meaning a person who devotes themselves to a luxurious lifestyle and lives it well. Bon Vivant's owners say this latest milestone represents the culmination of more than 7 years of dedication, creativity, and consistency from their team. They plan to continue the momentum with a celebration to launch its 2026 menu on April 30th, which introduces a new section of Bahamian-inspired cocktails. Now, speaking of luxury, still to come, we've got tasty sweets in the studio, courtesy of Armstrong's Patisserie. And of course, Diane Dorset has your Access weather forecast, so stay close.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Good evening. Can you believe it? The last weekend of April is here. time is moving, and as we get closer to our rainy season, we'll start to notice our weather pattern change from dry and mild to hot and humid. And if we look at our satellite picture, it shows a broad area of cloudiness associated with a low-level trough that is moving eastward, with things expected to clear up overnight. It'll also start to get warmer over the weekend. We'll be getting highs well into the mid-80s. Now, with that said, in the northwest and central Bahamas tonight and Saturday, we will get winds that are light and variable with 1 to 3 feet seas, low tides at 9:05 in the evening and again at 9:59 in the morning. In the southeast Bahamas, winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots with seas at 2 to 4 feet. And for all areas on Sunday, light and variable winds, seas 1 to 3 feet, low tide at 10:55 in the morning and a high tide at 5:05 in the evening. So perfect weather for outdoor plans. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Give it up. Alrighty then. She got the power, Raymond.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that wraps up your Access weather forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks so much, Dan. Now, there's something about the weekend approaching that gives me an automatic sweet tooth. We've all worked hard this week, and we deserve a sweet treat, right? A cheat meal, if you will. Thankfully, our good friend Antonio is here to cure that very craving. I want to say thank you so much for joining us on Access Now.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Armstrong's Patisserie
Correct.
has been around for 8 years, but I want to take it back a little bit and tell us how this creations and these amazing, amazing line of delicious sweets all started.
Well, it started from back home on the island. I grew up inside Abaco.
Okay.
And I always was interested in pastries. My auntie always used to bake, my brother used to bake, everybody used to bake.
A family of bakers.
Yes, but I went to UB for teaching, and the first semester I realized it was not for me.
Okay.
So I originally gone back to culinary arts, and
Yes.
I fell in love with it. And ever since, I worked to many different hotels, and then I developed the skills, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Building the craft over the
Correct,
years.
yes.
Of course, what we're seeing in front of us is absolutely amazing. I want to talk to you a little bit about what we have here on the right. I'm seeing cupcakes, but I'm also seeing some hyper-realistic food as well.
Correct.
What do we have?
So today what we have over here is the cupcakes.
Okay.
We have a pina colada cupcakes.
Wow.
And definitely these are some new cupcakes I'm introducing, which is fried fish and banana pancake cupcake.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not something you think of combining all the time.
No.
Something sweet and something savory.
Correct.
That's genius. I like that.
This will be here for this weekend. This is a new thing that I'm introducing.
Okay.
When you eat this, it should take you back to West End after you get some pickle conch. Go right
There you
over
go.
and get some nice fried fish and banana pancake.
A real family island experience.
Correct.
Now let's shift on over because I'm seeing what looks like sugar bananas, a raspberry, and a coconut, and it looks hyper-realistic but miniature scale.
Yeah.
These are built all by yourself, correct?
Correct, correct. These are all made from scratch. We have Abaco sugar banana. What I used to make this was the Abaco banana Paretos, and inside you will have a caramel, and in the middle is a raspberry mousse. It has a raspberry and mojito filling in it as well.
Okay.
And to the end you have a hyper-realistic coconut. Now the coconut is filled with pineapple, so it's more like a pina colada.
Pina colada coconut.
So when you eat the coconut, you have like crunch to it.
A crunch to it.
Yeah.
And of course I'm seeing guava and what looks like a cheesecake.
Yes.
What's this?
So now I'm introducing some new cinnamon rolls. They're guava cheesecake cinnamon roll. I have a variety of different ones, but these ones I will try to keep them more local and use local flavors by using the guavas.
Now, of all these, and you have so many options and flavors going on at the same time, what are some of the more popular options that people pick?
People normally go for cupcakes, and I like to also specialize in cakes as well, and wedding cakes as well. So people normally go towards cakes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you're also going to be at this weekend's, in fact, tomorrow's BAIC's Taste and Tell event. What can attendees expect at the Taste and Tell event? More of this, I assume.
Yes, they'll definitely have a variety of cinnamon rolls. I will have the same guava cinnamon rolls.
So they can try these very ones here.
Correct.
Out there, okay.
They'll have the Dubai chocolate. Yeah, I also have Oreo and Biscoff and traditional.
Yes.
And the cupcakes as well. I have pina colada, the fry fish and banana pancake, and also I'll have a classic cinnamon roll as well.
That sounds amazing. I'm going to try and dig into one of these. If you suggest anything, what should I dig into?
I definitely suggest the Abaco sugar banana.
The sugar banana, will do, will do. Now, of course, for people who want to get more of these and more information from you, how can they get more information? How can they find you?
They can reach me on social media, on Strong Patisserie on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. You can also WhatsApp me at 437-9093 or 425-8210.
8210. This looks amazing. It's got a cream filling and caramel in it. Stay with us. I'm going to eat this after the break, but stay with us. Amajal Knowles is right after this break.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the FNM, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1, our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2, once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3, our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
The surprise of this spring? How easy it is to save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Bumblebee Flake Tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.39. Riceland Parboiled Rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Green Cabbage, 99 cents per pound. Boneless Chicken Breast, $2.99 per pound. Smoked Picnic Hams, $2.99 per pound. For every meal, for every snack, nobody feeds the family like Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
Welcome to your TGIF Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Day 2 of competition in the books over in Georgetown, Exuma. Our resident skipper, Charles Fisher, let us know how the classes are shaping up heading into the final race day.
It was a good day of sailing here on day number 2 of the National Family Regatta here in Georgetown, Exuma. The A-class sloops able to get in one race. Coming in 9th was Legend. Tidal Wave was 8th. Good News finished 7th. Captain Jean was 6th. Ed Sky 5th. Coming in 4th was New Courageous. Rough Justice was 3rd. And on the final lap, it was a battle between the Running Tide and Silent Partner. But the Legend, Stephen Knowles, able to outmaneuver the crew of Silent Partner and win it all. The crew of Silent Partner, knowing that they had this race won, spoke about it after the race.
Heartbreaking at the end of the race. We had a good momentum going, but we made a bad boo-boo. And in the sports, as we call it, we fumbled the ball. Yeah. There were 2 buoys with a gate. We take the lower buoy, and we came to land, which when we came into land, we got blocked by the wind and all the boats. We should have taken the outer buoy to go back north, to stay into the breeze, and then we'd finish the job that we came here for.
We coming back with blood in our eyes. You know, that ain't like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? They get away. Yeah. You know, it was a photo finish still at the end of the race.
Just a second.
But like I say, it is what it is. You know, we all make mistakes. at one point. You know, you might be heated at the moment, but as the day go, we be ready to go. We are confident in the boat, the crew, and everybody. So we're gonna make the corrections, and I'm sure they're gonna do better today.
It was another beautiful day of sailing here in Georgetown, Exuma. We'll give you that in Saturday Sports Package, but until then, I'm Charles Fisher. Back to you, Amo.
Thanks, Fisher. In baseball news, Jazz Chisholm Jr. finally going yard. The Bayman professional baseball player with the New York Yankees hit his first home run of the season, taking a shot around the right field pole to get his team on the scoreboard against their hated rival, the Boston Red Sox, on Thursday. Yankees would take that game 4-2, sweeping the Sox at Fenway Park. They have now won 6 games in a row, the second longest winning streak in the majors. Chisholm became the last Yankees regular starter to hit a home run this year. Hopefully, this is the catalyst to a turnaround for what has been a relatively slow start to the season for Jazz. Switching gears in college basketball news, two Bahamians on the move as they announced their transfer to 2 new programs. First, Syracuse transfer Donnie Freeman committing to Rick Pitino and the St. John's Red Storm on Monday, beating out the Kentucky Wildcats. Freeman was one of the best players left in the portal. Versatile 6'9" forward who's coming off an honorable mention All-ACC season. He averaged 16 points and 7 boards as a sophomore. As a freshman, he averaged 13 and 8 as well. Brent Moss is now a Tulsa Hurricane. This after wrapping up his junior season with the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners, where he averaged 9 points, 4 boards, and just over 1 steal a game. He'll also be named a starter for the final 11 games of the season. He looks to take the next step, bringing two-way wing depth to a Tulsa team that reached the NIT final this year. And more from the ZNS Sports sit-down with judoka Kara Hana, who recently secured a bronze at the Senior Pan Am Championships in Panama. She lets us know what's next for her.
Okay, so actually last month there was a competition in Guatemala, which was the Guatemala Senior CAC Cup, which actually qualified me for the CAC Games. So I was able to secure that with the bronze again. And now we are preparing for the CAC Games in July. And then immediately after the Commonwealth Games, which will be in August. So it's like maybe within the same week span that I'll have 2 really major competitions. So our plan is to send me to Japan to get proper training, because I need the bodies, I need the repetition, especially like the cardio, because with the judo, there isn't like any breaks. So it isn't like boxing where you have rounds and you have like a minute in between to catch your breath. It's like a 4-minute straight. The only break you get is if you're on the floor and the ref called mate and you have to stand up and go right back at it again. So like me being a heavyweight, endurance is like what's gonna actually push you beyond those limits, you know?
And that's been a look at your sports this Friday. I'm Amajal Knowles. Enjoy your weekend.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
First safety rule I remember is to never swim alone. Second rule, tell someone where you're going and what time you're expected to be back. Safety rule number 3, whenever you're on a boat or canoe, always carry a life jacket, when you're a weak swimmer or a strong swimmer. Safety rule number 4, don't dive into unknown waters. Safety rule number 5, parents, don't be on your cell phone when you're at the beach, pool, and with your child.
Riding a motorcycle requires a heightened sense of awareness, strength, and better coordination than driving a car. It also involves increased risks and more maneuvering skills. Motorcycles are not as easily seen as a car or trucks. Other motorists, particularly those who don't ride a motorcycle, may not be looking to motorcycles in traffic. This places the motorcyclist at risk, particularly at intersections. Here are a few tips supplied by the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ensure a safer ride. Always ensure that all persons are equipped with fitting helmets and other motorcycle safety gear like effective eyewear. Ensure that the motorcycle is licensed and insured and both license plates are properly secure on both front and back. Do not pop motorcycles, especially when on a busy road or intersection. It impairs your line of sight and your ability to swerve will be delayed. Be alert when riding and be mindful of road conditions, especially when overtaking. Always inspect your motorcycle before every ride to ensure your vehicle is fully operational, especially tires and braking systems. Be sure to be well informed about bike hand signals and other safety procedures. Along with this freedom comes responsibility, but all the risks involved can be managed through training and education. Let us drive safe and share the road. I am Corporal 3599 Camille Johnson, reminding you that safety is everyone's responsibility.
You're looking at a shot of the Girls Guide building there on West Bay Street. That shot courtesy of D. Shane Gibson. Thanks so much, Shane. It's time now to take a trip over to Bimini. Let's go. NBA rookie Bahamian Vijay Edgecombe again giving back to his island of Bimini. He recently helped fund a program on the island that brought in a team of 9 professionals, including psychologists and a special language pathologist, to carry out assessments on more than 40 children on the island this week. Organizers say the goal was to provide formal diagnosis for children in Bimini who need specialized testing, services, and attention, but can't readily get them due to inaccessibility and cost. Now that's going to do it for Access Now for tonight. As you enter the weekend, of course, be mindful, be safe, and be encouraged. Stay tuned for the Rundown with Howard Grant. Good night, everybody. Have a great
After 66 steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Rundown. I am Howard Grant. It is absolutely wonderful to have you with us. We're here. It is a Friday, and I am so wonderful to be able to, well, I know I'm wonderful, but it is so wonderful to be able to be here with you guys. We made it through another week of another opportunity. I know a lot of persons are bombarded with a great deal of election campaigns, concepts, ideas. I know you watched the WWE from AI with Lincoln Brown. It was a lot this week. And so there's a lot that's going on. I hope you guys are still being able to be sober-minded and prepared to be able to step into a decision for growth and development for this country. So I'm excited to be able to do that, excited to be able to be here with you. I want to introduce you to my very good friend, none other than Garth Roseborough, sitting here with us, just being able to break down these particular things. Garth, it is so wonderful to have you here with us, my brother. You seem exhausted yourself.
Man, this is a long week. This is like the Friday moment where you just want to just let it all go.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. The weekend is necessary. Now we know why, after 6 days, God rested. Because he knew we could need a rest. But then,
on the 7th day.
But Hebrews 4 says, there remains a rest for the people of God.
Yeah.
So I think we're waiting for that next rest, within the next 3 weeks.
Well, talking about rest, I think the Bahamian people are waiting for that rest to come on May 12th. I think a lot of persons are kind of excited about the idea of being able to get complete.
Yeah.
To find themselves done with this sort of an idea of election. Election could be tomorrow. I think that minds are made up. I don't think that this kind of a wrangling with this concept and idea as to who we're voting for, I think we have enough information on the table now. I think a lot of persons have come to this kind of conclusion.
Either, number one, I'm not going to vote. Number two, I'm going to participate as a swing voter. Number three, I'm going to go ahead and support my base, support my party of choice. But for the most part, I would say about 80% people have made up their minds as to which way they would like to go.
Well, I can tell you one thing. As we sit here and being able to have this kind of a conversation, I know there's sort of an idea that people wrestle with as to whether or not they are going to vote or not. I don't know whether or not that even is a decision in this country. Not at this time. I mean, it's democracy. You do as you please. Yes. Do your thing. Nobody's going to fight you. However, for what's at stake, for being able to identify the next dispensation of the country, for understanding whether it's a continuation of this particular progress that exists with the PRP or whether or not you want to be able to identify the new dispensation, because that's what's going to happen, the new dispensation of the Free National Movement and being able to shift in that direction, I think you want to be able to participate with that particular change. I think it's just too much for persons to say, well, they all going to remain the same. PD ain't no better than Paul. FNM and PLP is the same thing, but you're not participating. It's important that we as a people participate, wherever our convictions lie. Participate with the growth and development of the country. Your convictions may lie with independent. Your convictions may lie with COI. You've seen most recently, we've been able to pick up the papers and be able to see that Kareem Hancho, who was ran in the past 3 election cycles in the Garden Hills constituency, he's put his political sword down in this dispensation and said that he is going to lend his support to Rick Fox.
That was a shocker, knowing who Kareem Hancho is.
This is bananas to me. I thought it was crazy.
Not totally crazy. Somewhat,
at least insane.
It could be understood. No, it's just the person who he is. You never saw that one coming. But to your point, people who refuse to vote, believe it or not, they do have a role to play in the democratic process, which are people who are just simply displeased at the process in its entirety. People like our good friend Stone McCowan, if you remember him, he has always fought about the electoral process and the traceable ballot. And for people like him, he would be one of those type persons I would expect to not participate in this upcoming general election 2026.
Servant leader Ali McIntosh took on the same position.
Yeah, so they are protesting, in other words, the whole entire process. And seemingly so, their numbers are still pretty high when it comes to the entirety of the electoral base.
Who numbers are high?
But people who choose not to vote.
Yeah, but I don't know whether or not that's a deliberate position. I don't know. See, there's not enough persons coming out and saying that, hey, listen to me, I'm here, I'm in the line, like what Ali did. What Ali did was a clear representation of an undeniable protest. I'm here. I have my information in hand, and I refuse to participate in this, and I want it on the record. But this sort of an idea of being able to, well, I get a couple hours off, I don't have to go vote, and not showing up is not enough articulation, information for us to be able to assess the temperature of the country for persons who are just not showing up. We don't know whether or not you're voting, you're protesting, you're indifferent, or you're lazy. We don't know.
No, we don't have any definition on that at all. We can just simply say the numbers that do not participate are still pretty high. And as you said earlier, as in your opening, your encouragement is for more people to participate and to go ahead and bring the results of 2026. And we're looking at probably numbers like about 80–85% if we can get there.
I think Harrison Thompson has said that, but I don't believe that that is the kind of numbers that we're going to be able to see.
I put a friend's wager this morning, a friendly wager, that is going to be about 65%.
Was it a hot party in the Vitamin?
No, because I never got that.
Because you never got that?
Not from Julian.
You never got that?
But I tell you what I did
Julian, you got the hot party in the Vitamin and cocoa bread for God.
To my friend, Mr. Kerry, this is what I said to him. We go on my boat. If you win at 80–85%, I will give you the fish out of my cooler. And if I win, I'll allow you to take 2 fish home to your wife just to let her know you've been fishing, but the rest
it's mine.
It's mine.
My God.
That was the wager. You like that?
I like that wager.
All right, I'll give you a fish.
You might get that know-how.
I understand that.
That's a dangerous battle. You see if I can get that know-how.
I know I will.
Okay, good.
Well, Howard Grant, right now, election fatigue. For this is the first time that I've been involved in the electoral process where I feel as if I'm exhausted.
I spoke on my show today. You know, I do my podcast show. And I spoke on my show today more specifically about being able to identify what is happening in the electoral process, which I am exhausted with. A lot of persons ask me, Howard, why you don't take the PRP to work? Coming from Grand Bahama, and I want to say this and I want to be very clear, coming from Grand Bahama, there is a relentless conditioning, especially from where I'm from. You know that I have an association with the Free National Movement, or former association with the Free National Movement. And so this conditioning says, relentlessly, my conditioning for what I grew up with, the PRP corrupt, the PRP this, the PRP that. I don't know. Okay. I had no expectation of the PRP ever. I knew subconsciously this thing that existed in my mind was that there was a corruption or something afoot, no matter what. The only time I divorced myself from that particular concept and idea is when I liberated my mind and I educated myself and I pursued studies to understand what this organization meant to the country. And that didn't happen until 2012-13 when I moved here after the general election in 12-13. And so what I spoke about today is this sort of an idea of seeing the Free National Movement morph and take on a different identity entirely. I've been a part of an organization where leadership shifted, but the principles that stayed steadfast to the organization, and we knew what the organization would do. Despite its leadership, we knew the path that it was taking. And so now when we're looking at the Free National Movement, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at an organization that is indifferent. I'm looking at an organization, 3 things that I put down today. There's 3 things that you could expect from the Free National Movement if they get in. 1, that there will be infighting. Now, if we're looking at a historic aspect and being able to say from a historic standpoint what our expectation is for the next dispensation, we know, 1, there will be infighting. 2, there will be cuts, stop, review, cancel, a cutting of all these particular department budgets, so forth and so on. These sort of extremities in terms of being able to cut will exist with the Free National Movement. And 3, there will be an identification throughout its course.
Future leadership.
To identify, not the future leadership coming and fighting, that's the first thing. But the third thing is they will identify ways to bolster opportunities for foreign direct investment and foreign work to be able to come in, similar to the Commercial Enterprise Bill. So their concepts and ideas have always been to ensure that they empower from an external standpoint and provide expedience in those areas. So these are the 3 things that I've said and I've identified in the Free National Movement that we can see. And one of the most disappointing things is this one, number 1, this infighting. I think it has to stop. On Wednesday, we'd have been able to read the newspaper when Dwayne Sands came in the newspaper and took on a new position and indicate that we will get rid of entirely Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis. As a result of him being able to take on this position and stand as an independent. Now, I don't understand this. It's an overwhelming thing. It's so exhausting. And I think that this is where the election fatigue comes in. I'm exhausted by this. Because if your objective is to win, why are we wasting time talking about Minnis? You didn't fire him. You beat him. You drag his name through the dirt and the mud. You turn your back on him. He, in his own words, has indicated that he's been abandoned. We are in the thick of an election cycle. We are 18 days away from the election standpoint to be able to identify these things. And in this time, when the Free National Movement's supposed to build momentum in the last 21 days, we talked about this. They're supposed to be building momentum.
15 days, sir.
It's a lot.
15. You try to give them a little overtime. There's no overtime in this election, sir. 15 days.
It's a lot.
And I'm saying this to you, the definition of my exhaustion is this. I have never seen so many political complaints so often, ever, in my own existence. I believe that the role of opposition is not to oppose for the simple sake of being against. There has to be something that you can definitely say is an accomplishment, has been done correctly, that the country is moving forward upon. But the mere fact that every time you open your mouth, it's something negative. One of the things that irritates me is when I hear foreign media say the Bahamas is a violent nation. I detest when they say the Bahamas is a corrupt country. You come in the opposition and all over media, the World Wide Web, you're telling everyone on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, that this government is corrupt. This government is responsible for the level of violence and lack of control by the Royal Bahamas Police Force. This government. And it goes out to the world, and then international countries say, you know what? It must be so.
But they've gotten a steady diet of that because
but it is
the
not
former
good.
Prime Minister stood up in France and Paris and said that we lose $500 million annually to corruption. But let's take a little pause right there. Guys, I'm going to take this quick commercial break. This is going to be our first commercial break. Going to take a quick break and be right back after this. Good morning and welcome. I'm Dr. Gale, and I'm inviting you to be a part of a journey where we open the Word of God to receive strength, to receive empowerment from the Scriptures as they have been written. Get your Bibles, get your cup of coffee or your tea, because this journey is gonna be great. This is your day of victory.
Let's swim, Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end.
Let's swim, Bahamas. Water safety rule number 3. Do not duck or hold other swimmers underwater, use rough horseplay, or show off in or around the water.
Let's swim, Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end. Water hazards to an end.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, this is the rundown. Guess we off cue. It's good to see you guys, and I'm very good to be back here. I'm here with my very good friend, Garth Roseborough, in the midst of an election season, being able to take on this kind of a position, to talk about where we are, and to talk about these particular things. Like a lot of persons have said, Howard, stop putting work against these particular persons. It seems like you have an agenda. And I just want you to make you to understand something. I have a conditioning with expectation. I just have a conditioning with expectation. And that's Hubert Ingram's fault. It didn't matter who in the world Hubert Ingram chose if we never saw you. If you was like Bradley, 10 foot tall and come from the mountain, nobody never know who you were. You were good with us. It didn't matter who you was. In 1992, in 1997, and in 2007, the slate that was identified was championed, cheered for, and defended by the people because there was a significant matter of trust with leadership. And so, because of that conditioning in my mind, I have a particular standard for what the Free National Movement should operate at and in. Now, this is just me as an observer. This is just me from an external standpoint. This is just me de facto separated from the organization. Ain't want nothing to do with them no more. But there is still something that lingers and says, why aren't they performing at the standard that they know? Why aren't they performing at the level that they know? This relentless infighting is crazy. And I want to be able to talk about that, and I'm hoping that they can get it together. Do you think that they have time to get it together?
Well, as we were saying earlier before the break, Howard Grant, the mere fact that you are utilizing negative energy to bring down a government without showing us any evidence of a working plan for the future, to me, we are out of time. The only thing left that we're now witnessing is the opposition forces making numerous complaints daily. To me, it's like a nagging woman.
They call
or
the
a nagging
OAS.
Yeah.
Right? And they call the UN. They want... No, they call the ambassador here locally, the charge d'affaires, actually wrote a letter back and say, thank you so much for your invitation. We officially got an invitation for the government of the Bahamas, and it came via this particular way, so we appreciate that. They call them. They also call for the resignation of Harrison Thompson in this particular capacity as the commissioner for the Parliamentary Registration Department, and they call for the resignation of the returning officer in this particular capacity. So the Free National Movement has turned into an organization that relentlessly deflects, that relentlessly defends the particular position rather than being able to cast a vision. Can I say that it's okay to be able to say something like that?
That's what I'm saying to you. And see, what makes it worse is we were familiar in 2012 with the Democratic National Alliance, the DNA. They came out strong. They had numbers. They were impressive. Let's just give them the credit. They were very impressive under the leadership of Brandon McCartney. But this type of battle, to this particular level of negativity, I did not recall it being so then. Now what we have is a coalition of independents that is much louder than the Free National Movement. And it almost seems to me, fairly put, that the Free National Movement is following the lead of the coalition of independents. To me...
I said that, but I don't know whether or not people could see what I'm saying.
Listen to me. I recall on the steps of immigration, remember we had the immigration debacle with Minister Keespel. It was the COI who made the first voice. It was Michael C. Pintard and maybe about 10, 15 people who went on the step of immigration after that. Every issue that the COI has brought forth, it seems to me that Free National Movement is running on their complaint. And as we look at the COI and we look at the Free National Movement, the noise that they're making is exhausting. It's just exhausting. I believe that right now they would have told God you should have made the sun green instead of making it gold, because they don't like gold. Find a neutral color, find another color. Just don't paint it gold, God. Just change the color. That's how I feel. I wake up first thing in the morning, you look on your computer, you look on your cell phone, you look on your tablet, and there's a complaint first thing in the morning. You cannot even start your day saying, good morning, God, I'm praying for a good day. The first thing you hear is a complaint.
And this is why the election fatigue is setting in.
I am tired as hell. I can't even wake up and pick up my phone without a complaint. You get some type of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, someone doing an audio voice. Someone knocked someone down back in 2017. What the hell? 2017 was 9 years ago. Where's the police report? I mean, it takes too much thinking out of me to say, why the hell you doing this now? Where's the police report? Where's your lawyer? Where's the lawsuit? Where's the decency and order that you speak about in terms of your complaint? It's not even there. And people listen and say, oh yeah, they corrupt. Oh yeah, we got to get rid of them. Based on what? The individual is the individual. They were not a part of an organization at that time, but all of a sudden now you're tying that to an organization currently. It makes no sense. Your Christianity to me today is questionable.
Your Christianity is
questionable.
Your Christianity.
You are protesting for the sake of pulling someone down, but you're not making good sense out of it. If you're going to pull somebody down, make it credible. Make it something that's substantial. But just simply try to throw something against the wall, hoping in Jesus' name within the 21 days, as you said, Howard Grant, that it sticks sufficiently enough to remove the other entity, and you still don't have a plan on day one. Man, let's go sit down. I'm sick and tired of it.
You know, it's an exhausting thing, and I might as well tell you the truth. There's an expectation that we have. There is a level that we expect you to be able to perform at. There is something that we would have seen over the course of previous elections when professionals were in this particular, I shouldn't say it like that, not that these men aren't professionals, but when persons who are experienced in these particular areas, they held everything to a high regard and a high performance.
You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
I understand what you're saying.
Chester Cooper is the deputy leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, the government that's going in. He is also the proprietor and he runs an organization that is credible before all of us. Whether you're PLP, FNM, COI, DN, it doesn't matter. We all participate in his organization to some level. The other person in question was Sebastian, Mr. Bastian. Everybody knows him. You complain, oh, he taking all the poor people's money. He have people losing their homes. He have people doing this, but you still going in there. And you still gambling. You still wake up in the morning and say, oh, I can play 4-7-1 today. You doing that. Ain't nobody forcing you to do that.
Well, they definitely can play it now.
You know what I'm saying? You
didn't put it out there.
Ain't nobody tell you to go support that, but you chose to support that, but you mad. He got 28 million, and then he got 150 million somewhere else. And you say, well, my God, where you get all the money from? I think he got 600 million. I think he lying. All that's nonsensical. And then comes Mr. Rick Fox. A whole $400 and some million. My God. You think he got that much? I hear he living in a garage somewhere. I hear, what the hell this got to do with the building of the Bahamas? I don't get it. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to forward, upward, onward together. Could we get back there? Because if we're not going there, and I'm only worried that Howard Grant got more money than me. Howard, your brooch, look at that cost with $5,000. Howard, look like your shoes cost $2,000. Howard, your wife look like she prettier than me. What the hell are we talking about the country for then? This is what makes general election 2026 totally exhausting, and this is why people say, you know what, the hell with it, I'm going to stay home. I tired of it. Let's make sense if we're going to do this thing right.
I tell you one thing, I ain't staying home.
Oh, I'm marking my ass. I know what you're marking for, though, by the way.
Stay out of my business, sir. We don't discuss that in the people, please. Hey, I get into the pool, and no matter the fatigue, we can drag ourselves to the position, and we are going to participate in the democracy that we have access to in a free country. As the world is embroiled in issues from the Eastern standpoint, as persons are being able to look from our brothers right there to the north, looking at whether or not they're going to increase taxes, whether or not there's going to be some other economic situation. Listen, we have an opportunity to make a decision. Make the decision. FNM, COI, independent, it don't matter. PLP, it don't matter. But participate in the thing.
Okay, so then let's look at this then. We said that it's not about the rally numbers, it's not about what we can see with our visual eye. Now, all over town, I'm seeing flags, progress. I'm seeing shirts, progress. Yes, they're also on the Joneses too. The Joneses and all, we're in progress. I'm just being real, okay? The other signage that we see is in less numbers or least numbers. Now watch this. There's going to be a huge rally at Arbor Bailey Park on Tuesday, the Rally for Integrity. Tuesday, Arbor Bailey Park, 7 o'clock. The Free National Movement is now challenged to fill that park. They say numbers don't matter, yet they say on the flyer, come one and all. They want everybody to come there. Why? If numbers are not important, what are you inviting all the people there for then? Why everybody got to come now? Numbers is not important. So what's the invitation for? But you already know that the PLP is prepared to say to you, Howard Grant, if you don't fill that park, God help you. If it ain't nowhere near half full, you can have with that. And you know the repercussion.
Well, Tuesday would be what? Which day Tuesday is?
Tuesday would be, we would be within 13 days of the election.
Okay, that means 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Within a 2-week shot.
This what I'm telling you. This what I'm telling you.
Within a 2-week shot of the election.
Yes.
The Free National Movement still being able to identify where do we start with this potential energy to get to the kinetic momentum.
This what I'm talking about. And the COI...
This would have already been done by now, you know.
And the COI has not had any major rally at this time yet. What is the issue?
Well, they rally in one place on social media, whilst Lincoln sit down and being able to talk to us about what's happening or what's not happening, taking on this kind of a position to indicate whether or not Sabah should even nominate and all these particular things. Listen, but you can't be mad at that, though. I'm trying to explain this to you.
You can't be mad?
No, you can't be mad at Lincoln. I said this to you. Lincoln understands his organization may not have the finances to compete with the two major organizations, so he have to use what? Tactic.
So why you let me go there with you?
I just want to be decent
why
with you.
Why you let me pull you into that?
Lincoln have to use tactic, and Lincoln is good at doing it. He's good at it.
You only see what I just did?
Lincoln good at it.
I just told you. I said the FNM is following the lead of the COI. You said the COI don't have the finances and the money to do it, so why the FNM doing the same thing?
Because they might not have the money.
Okay, then.
Let's be decent. Let me take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back, we can talk a little bit more. I got a special guest come to join us, and we're going to dive into a conversation. Going to take a quick break. Going to be right back after this.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Eleuthera, we've helped 122 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $3 million in approved funding, the SPDC is strengthening Eleuthera's economy by investing in its leading sectors: tourism, food and beverage, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SPDC, Bahamas.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, this is The Rundown. I am Howard Grant, grateful to be in your company. It is a Friday, and we are always grateful that you're here with us, being able to jam with you and being able to talk about this. We got to get as much time in as possible, because we know that as we're getting closer to election, rallies are going to go crazy. They give me a little nudge during that particular time, so let's make the most of it. I'm sitting here with none other than my very good friend, Garth Roseborough, and joining us, none other than Leslie Potcake Miller. He's here with the Lucky Miller. So good to be able to have him.
Lucky's a good fella.
It's a good fella, right? Well, talk to us about this. When we got left off, we were just talking about politics, you know, being and be able to shift that kind of a course right now. But more specifically, we know that you're always on the ground and always being able to move out and about and touching those particular places. We know over the course of the last election cycles, the last three, the 2 by-elections and the general election, you and Dave have been moving significantly, and I know that you're staying the course. Tell me about the Southern Corridor. Tell me what you're seeing.
The Southern Corridor consists of about 6 seats, including Garden Hills. Just to the
Let's
far
get
east.
the seats.
You get the seats?
Let's get the seats.
Let's start from Yamacraw then. Yamacraw.
No.
Yamacraw's on the
You gotta
southern
start west.
Southern Corridor. No,
Southern Corridor?
Yeah, Southern Corridor.
Go ahead.
Starts from Garden Hills. Go ahead.
Garden Hills. You got Bamboo Town in there?
Bamboo Town.
South Beach?
South Beach.
You got Southern Shores and Golden
Tall
Gates?
Pines. Yeah. Southern Shores, Golden Gates, Tall Pines.
Is Pinewood in there?
Yeah, Pinewood could be in there.
Okay.
And so could St. James, certainly is there.
So you're going southwest? That's
Yeah,
southwest.
southwest, yeah,
Oh,
southwest.
going southeast.
The
Okay,
whole-
got
the
you.
whole
I
area.
got you. I was saying the southern corridor, but now you're saying the southwest corridor, so I got you.
Yeah.
How's it look? How's it look? I mean, you're going to ask you more specifically because you're always being able to campaign
Most of that area is in pretty good shape. The PLP should win. I'm concerned about 1 or 2 of them, but I don't want to.
Garden Hills,
You got
Bamboo Town,
400
South
something million.
Beach, Golden Gates, St. James. What else you say?
You got tall pines. You got tall pines in there?
Tall Pines.
Yeah. Tall Pines.
Now, we wouldn't want to be able to preempt anything, but based upon these particular things, I could be able to lay out and say that we've gotten information that 2 of these seats may be shaky. Talk to me.
Yeah, very shaky.
For the rest of the Liberal Party.
Well, Dave and I
We ain't call the names yet. And you want to know how would we see?
There we go. Hold off. Let's hold on. Let's
We already done got.
But we know at least 2.
For sure, we get 2.
Yeah. 2.
Now, 1 is questionable. 1 more, a third one is questionable, but for sure we get 2 of these particular things. How are those candidates faring? I know you touched those particular persons. Talk to me about it.
We have been in most of those areas, Dave and I. They pretty stable. People are quiet in some areas because...
Isn't that scary, though?
Yeah, it concerns me a lot because unlike in the past, if you go on the streets, you don't see no one with stickers on the cars at all. And I ask, why is that? Because the stickers peel off your paint, and on your bumper, it messes up your bumper. So you'll see no cars with sticker this time. As far as the light, the lampposts, yeah, you see a lot of those. But the women are who's going to decide this election in a massive, massive way. Because if you go to 85% at home, the fellas aren't home to begin with. So you can't even talk to them because they're not home. The men are never home.
It's a heavy thing what you just said. The women are going to choose the election.
Well, don't about it.
Are they going with handsome people? Talk to me. What they
No,
going with?
I think,
it's
amazing.
A substantive vote
Women looking for substance, looking for someone who they think they can depend on the MPs that did not...
I keep hearing them say, oh my God, Rick Fox is so handsome.
Yeah, I didn't have him none. and those MPs that did not do their job over the last 4.5 years, some of them could be gone. And I mean gone. We were in the area yesterday, Dave and I, and it's rough in some of them areas.
I can see about 3 of them right on your list right here.
Yeah, people don't have much patience anymore. The women don't have much patience with them anymore.
So there was a margin associated with this sort of a victory that the PLP anticipates. And what you're saying to me, based upon this conversation, whether or not if you're producing, if you're performing, if you are present, being able to do what you had to do, you will get a consideration from the head of the home in many instances, not all homes, but a great deal of homes, from the women. And if the women giving you an opportunity to be able to do this, that means that the landscape that we anticipate, that over the course of time and history, that no matter did you do mommy well, did you bring her ham and turkey, and she said, well, I's a PLP. Yeah, Leslie ain't bring me no ham this year, but I's a PLP.
No, she can get that damn ham or turkey, I'll tell you that. I never missed that in 30 years. She can get the ham or turkey.
But talk to me about it. So you saying to me that they changing this particular course?
I think what has happened in many cases, like we went to houses yesterday, and through the last 6 months, women are saying if they haven't seen you if you haven't done anything to enhance their lives, their children's lives more than anything else, you will be gone. And I prayed, I said, listen, man, do this one for the pot cake. Say, pot cake, here you're running. You're down, bring these people around here, telling us, put vote for them and this and that. That ain't gonna happen this time. And many houses, what is interesting though, when you do meet a man whom he would speak, and he'd come outside, say, listen, man, let me come outside. And Mike can only talk for me, eh? Can't talk for the wife.
I know what she can do.
No. He can't control that boat.
Can't control that boat.
You know what I'm going to say, though, Howard Grant? You've made the announcement and pronouncement in other spaces as well as here that the Progressive Liberal Party would need to change out at least 10 of their candidates.
They said that. He
said that back in the
This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
We had this conversation 2 years ago.
Okay, now watch this.
Since then, 10 of what we talk about, 7 move.
So watch what I say to you.
Fine. So you got 3 left.
In the context of this Southwest corridor
might be the same tree,
conversation, we have 3 new faces in there. We have Owen Wells.
Owen Wells, good
St.
man.
James.
Very good man.
Then you have Darren Pickstock, Golden Isles. And then, of course, you have in O.B. Roberts over in Southern Shores.
Southern Shores, yeah.
All the others are now incumbents.
And you got the pastor still in Southern Shores, too.
Yeah, but ain't no one talking with the orange fella yet.
He's trying to find
so with the 3 new faces, how that affects...
Don't dismiss him now, because he still could be able to pull numbers away from his people.
He would not get more than 300 votes to save his life or to save his church.
Well, the thing about me is this. What I'm looking at in Golden Isles, the old Golden Isles constituency, there was a subtle cry for a new individual to be the representative for the old Golden Isles. Now Golden Isles has in this conversation been split in 2. St. James to the west, and then Golden Isles to the east. So these people that reside in that particular area now have a new face. Is a new face sufficient? You have a Brian Brown, who is an older face, who was just defeated in the by-election, where they prefer the new face of Darren Pickstock over the older face of Brian Brown, because remember, Brian Brown was also associated with the previous member, our good friend and brother, Vaughn Miller. And then, of course,
the late Vaughn Miller, yeah.
Yeah, and then over to the west, it's a totally new situation where you have an older face of Shannon Cartwright, who is shifting from St. Barnabas in the inner city and coming all the way west to another new giant of
run
a
away
man
from his
over
responsibility.
This is the dynamics we're looking at in the far southwest of the corridor. Mr. Miller would be able to attest to this, that whoever controls the southwest corridor or the southern corridor in an election
will control the government.
Will control the government.
Definitely. No ifs and buts about it. You've been to southern corridor. Yes. It's over. Done. Finish.
Do you think the PLP is in a position that they can be able to capture it?
They should be able to capture the southern corridor. I look at the PLP getting at least
now you say some things. You say
votes.
some things. You see people quiet. You see some things have happened.
Yeah, some things, but all the good candidates. I mean, Owen Wells is one of the better ones.
Yes.
I've worked with him for 30 days. In fact, Dave and I spent more time with him than anyone else. More than my daughter, who was mad as hell with me now. But he's a good candidate. He's a regular fella. He's not a highfalutin one. And there's no fakery in him, you know? People can, you can feel you. I learned that from Celine. They say, if you don't feel him, don't jack with him. Even the men. You can tell a guy if he's authentic.
He's very genuine.
He's genuine.
Yeah.
And he's one of them regular fellas from the blocks.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
I love you. What good. If I be good with him, and we see a lot of yards need cleaning up, I say, listen, man, what you gonna do? And we go back the next day.
Clean.
I say, you're almost good as me, you know?
You're almost good as you. You just got to bring the ham and turkey.
Exactly. Every year, even when you lose.
Don't mess around. Bring that.
Now, moving quickly as time goes, Darren Pickstock is new now as a member of parliament.
Yeah.
So far, very short-lived.
He's impressive, though.
I'll tell you why. This is what I'm trying to get to.
He's impressive.
In order for him now to get to Brian Brown's record of being involved and visible, he cannot rest at night. I actually was with him last night. I stopped by because he has the best grilled chicken so far.
This is the third time you tell me this.
I said the chicken is good.
Chicken,
every night he got the line long. But I'm going to say this to you and shout out to his chef all the way from Long Island. Of course, Mr.
Long Island doing chicken and no mutton?
Listen to me. This man, Mr. Burrows, he on the grill. He is good. He told me Long Island people make the best grilled lamb and grilled chicken. So hats off to Golden Isles Progressive Liberal Party. Now, Watch what I'm saying to you. He has to now catch up, like Mr. Miller just said, to be visible, involved, and a part of, in order to keep in front of one, Mr. Brian Brown. That's not an easy job at this particular time.
He hasn't stopped working for the by-election.
Every candidate in every constituency now has one thing to do. Go and see those people face to face. Forget paperwork. Forget how many voters in the House. Madam, I didn't do my job last time. I had some problems. Please forgive me. Try to give me a break, please. The upset who didn't do it down there.
Many people will give you a break, you know.
Many of the women will.
You got to touch them. You got to touch them.
You got to touch them. They're going to see you face to face.
Yeah.
Sending your people there is a waste of time now.
Yeah, you got to touch them.
These last 20 days is on you. And I always say, you got to walk to win. You sit down and believe you're somebody big, you can be out of there. And a couple of them can walk up Sandlands, probably naked that night. Couple of them.
And guess what?
And I ain't giving them no ride. I tell you that, because I warned them to buy them notes months ago. If you don't have your notes,
buy a note.
You don't have your notes.
Give the government car back.
The note, you ain't got to give it back.
They're coming for it.
On the 11th of next month, by 6 p.m., those cars got to be up on East Street to the barracks. If failed to do so, any policeman can pick up the car from you. I don't care who you with. Your auntie, little honey, your lock.
The honey.
Whatever it is, or your bunny. Don't matter to me. But you ain't got that government car.
Howard Grant, quickly before...
So you're in trouble. I beg him. Walk to win.
Yes, we got.
All right, but let me take this.
Yeah, we got to
take this commercial break because I get too much information. But the honeys and the bunnies and the car.
Wherever you are,
too much.
Wherever you are, that GPA can be there when you finish.
Well, we can find out more information about it when we get back. Leslie's going to give us more information about what's happening in the Southern Corridor. So if you guys are out there, if you are in different parts of the country, in our family violence, if you're in Turks and Caicos and other spaces, being able to watch us, you want to find out exactly what is this Southern Corridor. I wish we had some depictions that we can show you, but we'll be able to explain this to you and make you to understand that this is the controlling arm of the government of the Bahamas. We can take a quick break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
First safety rule I remember is to never swim alone. Second rule, tell someone where you're going and what time you're expected to be back. Safety rule number 3, whenever you're on a boat or canoe, always carry a life jacket, when you're a weak swimmer or a strong swimmer. Safety rule number 4, don't dive into unknown waters. Safety rule number 5, parents, don't be on your cell phone when you're at the beach, pool, and with your child.
Did you know that 1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed? Excessive speed impedes a driver's point of perception, which affects braking distance. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the law dictates that the speed limit shall be 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is 45 miles per hour. Here are some safety tips for you. Avoid aggressive and distracted driving. Reduce excessive speed and drive at the appropriate speed to suit the current road conditions. Avoid operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Be vigilant and always maintain good visibility of the road, and be mindful of other road users, such as pedestrians. Leave out in a timely manner to compensate for potential traffic delays. Even one life lost to traffic fatalities is one life lost too many. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
This public service announcement is brought to you by FG Insurance Agents and Brokers, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
back. This is The Rundown. I'm Howard Grant. It is a Friday. Grateful to be in your company. Always grateful to jam with you. We got a nice layout for you, just being able to give you an assessment of exactly what was what. We talked about the southern corridors. We talked about some constituencies. If you can see a map of the country, just go to the Parliamentary Registration Department. You can click on that. You can be able to see the map of all the various constituencies. Garden Hill, Bamboo Town, South Beach, Golden Gates, St. James, Tall Pines, Golden Isles, Southern Shores. This is the southern corridor of how things are happening in this country, okay? And a lot of those particular constituencies are identified, and you could be able to make a determination about the mood, the mindset, and the direction of who will win this thing or not. Joining me for this last segment is none other than Garth Roseborough and Leslie Potcake Lucky Miller being able to be here with us and talk about you. So let's talk to me about it now. Now talk. You said you walk with the candidates, Leslie. You touch them, you touch some people. Some candidates are doing well. Some candidates need some more assistance. Are they on the road? Because I get some calls that say that some people in the headquarters eating.
They have a damn lot of time to eat. So, if they eat now, they have plenty of time to eat.
They tell me the candidates in there must be having barbecue chicken and this and that, enjoying themselves.
They have a lot of time.
The last supper.
This is the last supper.
Yeah.
Listen.
So you know, most people, you know what we find interesting? The enthusiasm for the FNM is very, very low. The leadership, women even call his name. And the one from the COI, that clown, you know, that borders everybody.
Too much complaints, too much complaints.
He went to court just 2 days ago to try to put an order on the court that the money for the woman, the 90,000, should be sealed. Here's this guy, you know, bragging. He just said he's worth 1.5, so he got 150,000 in the bank, but yet he want to seal the case. As we speak to people, people realize that the guy's a waste of time and he's a charlatan. So sensible people don't really want no part of him. But the temperature with him and the leader of the opposition is almost the same. People don't take them seriously. You know, and I can see in some instances
that really damaged the character of the Free National Movement.
Both of them being wiped out because, you know, God bless Hubert Ingram, my good friend.
You always get to punctuate it like that? My good friend, Hubert Ingram.
That's my Jack.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I can fight you. Go ahead.
That's like bravest with Jack.
Minister says Jack.
But,
Minister's good friend.
Yeah.
Watch it, watch it. He was.
He
was.
I just had to throw that in there.
You know, you go in the trenches with the guy, and then the fella, you know, deserts you. I ain't got too many friends in politics. That's why I call myself Potcake.
I know.
They don't know me. They only love me. They only know me when they need me. You remember?
But you know, Mr. Miller, you are always spot on, and I always appreciate your commentary. Howard Grant, I'll say this is the last quarter.
Oh, does it?
The one thing.
Quarter?
Well, this is the last quarter, maybe in the last seconds or minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this. As I see the confidence of progress in the country, it must never be mistaken for being overly confident.
Yeah, because overconfidence is arrogance.
The arrogance, if the Bahamian people ever detect that there's any level of arrogance, there is something called the sympathy vote that says, I will show you.
Yeah.
And that is what the Progressive Liberal Party has to now be very careful of, because the one thing that gets me personally, Mr. Miller,
they got to step gingerly.
I've always seen, I said I've seen this with my own two eyes. After the fire in Tall Pines, I saw Leslie Miller. He didn't even know I was watching him take grocery from door to door. No one asked him to do it. No government asked him to do it. I saw him do that. When you're going to go and get stadiums and these nice palatial places for your events, you cannot forget the people. The people want to know, you know what? You're affording that. Could you please touch me? And this is why Mr. Miller said it is now extremely important that every candidate gets one sidekick and touch every door. every person to secure that vote.
Listen, the one good thing that the Progressive Party has it going for it is their leader. 9 out of 10 women say, you know, I love Brave.
Well, that's why his picture's
He's
on
so
every
easy
poster.
going.
You know, I just want to say this. Let's just take a little pause right here. It's amazing how he filters everything from a political standpoint through what women are saying.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Everything he said. If a woman is calling your name, that means that you have the potential of being able to be introduced into the home. If there are other voters in the home and the woman calling your name enough, we're voting for you.
There's a comfort level that he gives them that they know that they're safe with him.
Yeah.
That if there's one person they can go to.
I don't feel like this is a campaign ploy by what you're doing, by the way, because this is true.
No, I
There's
mean,
a great deal of people who have said this
the
for a long
PM
time.
can't help himself.
No.
You know, his background makes him a loving person.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in the area he grew up in, through Rollville, you know, I grew up through Pinedale, most of us through Union Village. Those areas, you know, regular areas where regular people wake up every morning, go wake like hell, and provide for their kids. That is embedded in him. He can't help himself. You know, even if he don't, I have seen some of the top FNMs who in dire straits now go to him
and get help.
And he will get them to help. Sometimes want to down me, you know. I say, look, you do, you know. he's up, you know. And he does it with sincerity because he just loves people.
He never talk about it?
No.
He ain't do it to tell you, hey, you remember what I did for you?
No.
He just do it.
And I have seen it over and over and over again. And when you go door to door, even the men say, boy, I don't like this and I don't like that. I say, but Brave is such an easygoing guy. They are scared of Pintard. People are afraid of him that what he would do. And I think the vicious fight that he had, him and Dr. Minnis, has hurt the party tremendously.
But they ain't stopped fighting him yet. Just on Wednesday, you would look at the paper and Dwayne Sands came out to say that we can completely get rid of him on the party entirely. But you can leave Dr. Minnis alone.
Women want someone who's loving, someone who's not going to take your heart out your body. And it frightens me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cousin of mine. Be from Ragged Island. But I'm scared of him, to be honest with you. That's the only politician in my lifetime I'm afraid of is him, because I don't know what he would do with power in his hand. That he would come after people who cannot help themselves, and he would utterly destroy them. That frightens me as a man.
You're saying that's his
And I've been around all of them.
And you ain't know...
You don't know what happened.
Yeah, you don't know
if you
what's
put a power in a man's hands like that, and you saw what he's done, not so much as Dr. Minnis, but it bothers me what he did to our good
We
friend.
didn't expect Dr. Minnis to take the course that he has, by the way.
But our buddy from Ministry of Works, man, who was the minister, what do you name?
Which one?
Who was...
Place waiting or roundabout?
No, who was Minnis' deputy?
Minnis' deputy?
Yeah.
Talking about, no, you saw Michael Desmond Bannister.
Desmond. Man, you couldn't find a nicer human being than Desmond Bannister. PLP loved him, FNM loved him.
They ripped him out.
Yes, and they took us out for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, we can name 5 people that they've done that to.
And Renfrew Bells is another decent guy.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy just don't care about your situation. You know? I want you gone because you with Minnis, so I got to kill you. But he don't know how bad that hurt him with women, because women are afraid of this guy with a dagger in his hand all the time. That what would he do to my husband? Suppose he don't like my husband. Suppose my brother worked with him and he don't like him. And I want him to understand, it's frightening to women, because it frightens me.
Well, I can say this to you quickly, Howard Grant. This is where the conversation is heading. We have the leader that Mr. Miller just spoke about. Your deputy is in St. James against a giant of an individual. Your deputy of your party. Your chairman is in the fight for his life in Bamboo Town. Being defeated numerous times before. I was just in South Beach
from one
today,
constituency to the next.
People are saying
he's a runner.
They hope he's not confident at this time. He has a lot more work to do, because Bamboo Town people, they can play tricks with you. And imagine if the chairman of the party fails and the deputy fails. As you have just said earlier, Howard Grant, your party is now going to have to seek and find new leadership in order to keep the organization.
And then Brown Bahama Pintard can get taken out. Remember, in the last 20 years, the PLP won that seat twice, you know. Twice. Morse won it, on Senator, what's the lady name?
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater won it.
Yeah.
So that's not a show FNMC.
My Lord.
He could get taken out.
And so when you...
With the right people in place, on a couple of dollars, and you go and deal with those people, you could take him out. No doubt in my mind, you could take him out. Easy.
There's an allegiance to Michael Pintard and Grand Bahama, but that ain't even the conversation for me. We're flat out of time and we got to be able to do this. There's an allegiance to Michael Pintard and Marco City, but the fear is that if the Free National Movement loses, then he would do what we saw former Prime Minister Ingram do, step down, force a by-election, and then restructure the organization. We got to talk about it again when we be able to get back here. Guys, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to tune in with us here at The Rundown. That does it for us here at The Rundown. Be sure that you stay locked in to ZNS Network for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. It's the final newscast of the country with the latest in news and information with Corvell Pyfrom. From all of us here at ZNS, I am Howard Grant, and thank you so much for joining us.
This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Bahamas National Trust in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
For 60 years, we have been here, the voice of the environment. Here, speaking up and for your national parks, all across the islands of this nation. The places God visits for vacation, spanning over 2.5 million acres of land and sea. How delighted then he must be to see a sea of pink, as flamingos mingle and haven like jingles play where queen counts still sleep. And if you listen, you can hear it. The words of gossiping parrots awaiting the diction of the day. All 365 of them, that's every day and every year, 15,000 children share in the beauty of this playground. Our name is yours. And we have been yours for years unnoticed. Don't forget us. Support us. Your national parks. The defenders of your environment. Join us. Remember, our cause is yours.